All right, good morning, everyone. Just confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I
Good
can
morning,
hear
sir.
you.
We can hear you.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Pacifica. Good morning, Mr. Manasseh. We'll be kickstarting the session shortly call it in the next 2 minutes. Um, yeah, so we are in day 20 of the CPG Web Development Program, and we are still in the backend web development week 2. All right, so let's buckle up our seatbelts as we will be taking backend development to another level today. All right, so sit tight while we expect other students to join the class session. All right, once again, welcome to today's session.
Thank you, sir.
All right, confirm once again, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, all right. So we are starting the session, and let's ensure that we participate full time in the class. If you have any question, you ask your question. All right, while other students are still coming off board, we will be starting the session now. All right, at this point, we won't do much but put hands together as we bring up your backend web development mentor, Mr. Godwin. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. First of all, I'm happy this class is going on well, and I would like to say that so far so good. This one of I've been an instructor for a long time, and I can say that this one of my most engaging engaging session class. So let's start with, as I said in our last session, we'll start with any archive question because this can be a little bit, I don't think it's difficult. I've made that very clear in the beginning of my class. That was the first day. I want to debunk the myth that back end is hard. It is not. So it can be a little bit complex, and since we are trying to compress a lot at once, so it might feel a little bit overwhelming. So I can understand that we need to digest some of these things. Then probably after the class, we might realize that we might have questions, or we might find some difficulties that might need some clarity. So in that case, we'll start obviously this morning with any aspects or anything you might not really understand in the previous session. So you just ask for clarity, because I believe understanding those basics and understanding the idea on what backend is very critical and very important before even knowing the technical know-how of it. So let's start with, I will be accepting any questions, anything that you might need clarity on. I will try as much as I can to explain to the point where you get to understand, because the main aim is for you to truly understand what you're doing, so that you'll be able to choose the niche that you want to go into. So we're open to questions. Let's in For the next 20 minutes, just ask your question, so that since this is a limited program, and so we try to balance and get the best of it as we can. So just ask your question. Probably you've taken your time through the last session. You've tried to understand some things which looks complex. So you just ask your question. And so the next 20 minutes is a window for that. So I'll be expecting to answer your question in that case. Okay, some individuals are not here. I can see new faces, a new student. Precious Tommy, were you in my last session? Precious Tommy, are you with us, Precious? Okay. So no questions. Oh, okay. My sister Lisu just joined. Yeah, Manas Salisu, you're just joining. We are in the session where we are accepting questions from last session. Anything that was not understood or anything that need clarity, you had a day or so to digest what has been what was taught the last time. So I'll be expecting questions. As well, it goes the same to Mr. Honor Patrick. And so I'm giving a window of 5 minutes. If no question, then we start. Please just ask. Probably in my very first session with you guys, I made mention of no stupid question. Probably that might be the case, that I might not be expecting question. Like stupid question might mean something that is not related to backend. That's what I mean. Like asking question that is not relative to what we are doing, or tech in general. That's like what I consider a stupid question, not a generic tech related question. Please don't. Probably you might think what you want to ask might be no, it's not. If it's tech related, then it's not a stupid question. All right. So I assume we all understand. And at the end, though, we'll be having um, a small assignment actually. So your question, if you get to ask me question now, like it will be a little bit easier to not to assume that you know some things which ordinarily you might not. So that's why I want the question so that we'll know your level of how you followed the class. But regardless, let's just quickly start so that we can utilize the time. So I'll start with sharing my screen. When it's up, you just okay. Somebody raised his hand. So okay, let's quickly go to Mr. Honor. Mr. Honor, you can ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. So, my own challenge is trying to connect the like. Okay, let me share my screen so that
Yeah.
if my connection
Please,
is not correct, you
please
can
do.
help me out. I'll share my entire screen.
All right.
So, sir,
Yeah, I'm with
this is my challenge. From the tutorial, I was following it up.
you. Yeah,
I created a folder to in order to load the package manager
yeah,
to the folder,
yeah.
but mine was not working.
Okay,
So I don't know.
go to your file explorer. Yeah, to where you created the folder.
Okay,
Okay, I don't know if you know you've used Git before. You know Git work and Git work, correct?
I'm not too familiar with that
Okay,
environment.
I wanted to make it easier for you guys, so I create like the structure of the project, everything. I think I pushed it up to the company's account, and Mr. Dorford, I believe he shared the repo with you guys. You are just supposed to clone so that you'll be able to follow me what I'm doing. But regardless, just go so that we'll see from afresh how setup is. It's a very like I expected something like this, so kudos to that. So just walk us through the challenge you are having so that others too, because of this, might find it easy to set up, even if not everybody like asking question. I understand that working with students. So I just go
Yes,
on.
sir. So this is a new folder I created. I titled it Cpg app.
Okay.
It's a new folder. It's empty.
Yes.
Then on the app, you have to also follow it from the address bar CMD.
Okay. Yes, CMD. You are very attentive. But
Yeah.
alternatively, where you are, correct?
Yes, sir.
Go to open your the Visual Studio. Like this is one way. Just minimize it. Minimize this. Minimize.
Okay, sir.
Alternatively, so like there are other so many ways to achieve the same thing. Alternatively, go through your VS Code. Go through your VS Code. For some of us that might not remember this command, some of us like GUI, that's graphic user interface, we need to be seeing it. Some of us are not very good with commands to remember those commands. So alternatively, you can go through that. Go through that particular VS Code.
Okay. So I'm on VS Code now.
Okay. Sorry. I just close one of it. Close one of it. Like you have multiple.
Yeah.
You have multiple. Good.
Okay.
Try to open a folder. Then navigate to where that folder like this. Open a folder. Open a folder. You can good. Navigate to where that your folder is.
Okay. Desktop.
Uh,
Then go to CPG.
Perfect. Open. Just select that. Correct. You are in the like going through the other route. It takes you to the same place, which that's what we want at this point. So so like the terminal, you can still open it from here and do whatsoever you want to do. Go up on what is it called? On the three buttons, the three button at the top of the top right, or top left,
This
sorry.
one.
No, top left, top left.
Okay.
Top where you get where your menus are. No, the one above, the one above.
Okay, sir.
Good. You can see terminal there, correct?
Yes, sir.
Click on the terminal, new terminal,
All right, sir.
new terminal.
Terminal.
Yes. It's opening the same terminal that you open initially. So it's inbuilt in VS Code as well. So you can go through the other route. It will still take you to, it's even easier because you don't need to navigate to any place. You see like the address down there, it's the path
Yes, sir.
leads to where you are. You understand? So you can do any of it. You can go through this other route, or you can safely just work exclusively on your VS Code. So they both work. So make it bigger so that I believe so many of us will be comfortable here, so that everything will be in one place. So it will not look like magic. So make this big.
Okay, sir.
Maximize it. Yeah, I think maximize the window.
All right, sir.
The
terminal.
No, the button that is closer to maximize it. Good. Just click on it. Just click. So now we have the terminal open. I will advise you, because there's to have the basic functionality of normal window terminal, you use CFD as opposed to command PowerShell. So under that, you can see PowerShell on the terminal. On that plus icon, on the plus icon there, on the plus icon. Good.
Okay,
okay, new terminal. Okay. On the other, okay. It looks different. On the drop down, click on drop down. Let's see, not the plus. Good. You can see new terminal command prompt. Can you see command prompt? The one down. Command.
Yes, sir.
Prompt. Like I will advise you, because to just use command prompt, in as much as PowerShell works as well, but it's lighter. Command prompt is lighter as opposed to PowerShell, but both of them work. You understand? But for those of us that have machines that are slower and we need to utilize the resource of the machine, you can use command prompt as opposed to PowerShell. PowerShell takes more of your system resource. So here you can see like you have both two terminals open, pointing to the same. So the first thing you are supposed to do, you want to create an Express application, correct? That
Yes, sir.
that runs with that you use JavaScript to run in the node environment, correct? You
Yes,
all
sir.
understand that part. So there are two ways to start up an Express application. First, you either, I mentioned, somebody asked about the package.json, correct? I want to have
Yes.
package.json as the first thing on this application. Either I just install the Express, the first thing to install, or I can set up that package.json first. Let's start up with setting up the package.json first. On that command, do npm. npm is the package manager, correct? You got that
Yes,
part.
sir.
So npm, type in npm on that command prompt.
Yes, sir.
npm.
Yes, sir.
Type it on, like we are all following. You are our instructor now. We are all following you. So like I'm just walking you through it. You can give us questions and we'll answer. npm. Type in npm.
Oh, yes, I've typed npm.
Okay, I can't really see it on my end, so probably on the command prompt. Yeah, npm.
npm.
Yes,
I've typed it.
Oh, I don't know if it's my screen. Probably it's lagging. Okay, npm.
npm.
Yes, good. Space.
Yes, sir.
init, I-N,
I-N-T.
Yes, init. Then space.
Okay.
Hyphen, that's dash, hyphen.
Okay.
Y.
Y.
Yes. Enter.
Okay, sir. Wow.
Can we see the package.json has been, it's up for us, correct?
Yes,
You
sir.
can see, yeah, it creates the package.json. Now, delete
Yes,
that
sir.
package.json, delete the package.json. Let me show you the alternative.
Okay, sir.
Delete it, delete. You can, I want to give you so many options so that like you will not be restricted to one, that if I don't do it like this, it will not work. You understand? So the
Yes,
next
sir.
thing, to be able to clear everything that is there, you can use CLS.
CLX.
Yes, CLS. Enter. CLS. S.
Okay. CLS, normal X.
Yes, it clears it so that you have a clean terminal to start with again. So do npm again.
NPM
Yes, is the package manager space
space.
I or install. You can either use I or use install, anyone that is easier for you. But if
Okay, sir.
I, then space, then express.
Okay, sir.
Express. Enter.
Then enter.
Enter. Enter. Okay. Open, like there's nothing open there. This package.json is not there. It's
Not yet. It's not yet.
okay. It's supposed to do that for you. Supposed to do that for you. Like, okay, it didn't. Okay. Just go through the init again. Let's
Okay, sir.
go through the last.
That in it npm
Yeah.
init
Yes. Hyphen. Yes.
hyphen
Hyphen Y.
dash.
Y.
Okay, Y.
Yeah. Enter. Good. We have our package.json. Open it. Open the package.json.
Okay, sir.
Hope we are all following. Class. Hope we are all following. Perfect.
Yeah.
So under, can we see dependency down there? We can see scripts, correct? Don't, if we
Yes,
have
sir.
time, I'll explain the whole of what is here. But for now, we can see script. Can we see dependency?
Yes,
Not
sir.
yet.
Yes,
I
sir.
cannot see dependency there. Can I see the no? So now try to do that installation again of the Express.
Okay, sir.
Mhm.
Do
npm
npm
install
install.
or anyone. It works. You can
Okay.
use I or install. So just for so that you remember that I is installation, you can just put it installation install. You
Okay,
get
sir.
then express express.
Yes, EXPRESS.
Yeah, enter.
Alright.
Good. It's trying to install it to the project.
Okay, sir.
That's the framework you use now for building back-end application using can we now see dependency? Go down inside your you can see
Yes, sir.
dependency. So your
Yes.
application, this particular application that you set up depends on Express. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on Express. There are so many other tools that now you can cut this application and send it for me. And when I do the same thing, I will like, I don't need to follow this process again. Like I can just do npm install and it will install Express for me. Now
Okay.
inside our folder, what can we inside our cpg app folder, what can we see? We can see node.module, correct?
Yes.
We
Yes,
can
sir.
see package.log. For now, let's forget about what that does. Probably if we have time, then we'll explain. Then lastly, we can see package.json.
JSON.
Correct? So
Yes,
I
sir.
explain what a module is. Probably I might take more time so that you understand it, but basically you get an idea of what a module is, correct?
Yes, sir.
So all module, that's all the code that it's related to Express. That Express that we just install is stored inside that node module. You understand?
Okay. Yes,
So
sir.
what, by implication, what does that mean? What is a framework? A framework, instead of building everything from scratch, let's say I want to use JavaScript to build a network socket. I want to use JavaScript to build a file system. I want to use JavaScript to, like, so many things that, like, you interact with your operating system, which in this case now is Windows, correct? Like
Yes, sir.
I can use JavaScript to do that. So like instead of having to build all those things from scratch, somebody has done it already, or some individuals have done it already. You understand?
Yes,
You
sir.
don't need to see all those their code that you've done. You might just need, okay, I need to read so file from so location to so location. I don't need to start building 1,000 lines of code to do that. So like somebody has built that, and he put it in a module. Everything that will be needed to manipulate a file will be put in a module. You understand? So
Yes, sir.
when you do npm install to install that dependency, you get that module on your project. You can
Okay,
just,
sir.
yeah, you just use what you need, and what you don't need, you like, it will still be there in the module. Does that
Okay,
make
sir.
sense?
Yes, sir.
And so that's where dependency comes in. That's where in this case now module comes in. Is that understood? I made an instance with us building a small module of our own, a math module that does addition and subtraction, if you remember.
Yes, sir.
So like, please, like, I know that is basic. If we have more time, we'll explain better. But as basic as it is, we understand what the module does there, correct? So
Yes,
Express
sir.
that relates to Express code has been downloaded for us and put in that node module. Do we understand? So now let's create our first JavaScript, our first Express JavaScript class. Let's name it index.javascript. Index. Let's create a file. No, that's a folder. Is that a folder? Not inside. Go on CPG app on that particular part. Click on that's click on it. Good. That's the level of that's the level we want to. Yes. Then now close that guy.
This, guys, you click new file.
Yes. No, you are still opening it inside. No. You are still trying to do it inside the module. Close the module. Close the module. First of all, close the module. Then click on. Good. No, you can see where it's being highlighted. You know how normal it picks where it's highlighted. You are still highlighting. Good. Click
Okay.
on CGP. Good.
This one.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, sir. Mm,
Index dot. Oh God.
okay. Index.
No. The
I
name
think
of the
it's
file.
outside.
The name of the file.
The name of the file.
I think it's outside the folder.
Okay. This is what we'll do so that for speed, just delete what you've done. Delete that. Yeah, delete it. Go out inside where this particular folder is in your file explorer. Go like so that because of time, just go inside your file explorer
All right, sir.
where that location of where that is. CGP,
CPG.
yeah, perfect. We can just now try to create a new file. Right click, just right click on an empty space. Open more option, new, yeah, good. Go down to text. No, like you're already on the right path. Text document.
Okay.
Text
Text
document. Down,
document.
down. You can see text document.
Yes, sir.
Click on it. Index. Click on index.
Index.
Yes.
Index.
Index. Okay. Enter first. Just enter first. You dot. Good. Go up to. Do you know how to show extension when on your? Go back to. Just go to your. Now go to your VS Code. Go to your VS Code. No problem. We can do. It's just a shortcut just to have this quickly set up. Can we see the index? Then try to edit the name there. Rename
Okay,
it.
sir.
Right click on it, then try to rename. Can we rename? Down, rename. Good. Then where that now JS.
Okay,
Now
sir.
we are making it a JavaScript file. Enter. Good. Now we
Wow.
have a JavaScript file. Correct? So
Yes,
like
sir.
ordinarily, like any system, you can have a JavaScript file, but like it's just a source code. Whatever you're writing is just source code, like nothing gets to interpret it. You understand? When now you have Node on your system, this thing now makes sense when you run it. You understand? Else, all time you
Yes.
can as well have a Java file here, and nothing happens because you don't have Java environment installed on your system. You will not be able to run
Okay.
it. So it's just a source code at that point. You understand? But when you
Yes,
have
sir.
the environment where that language can run, then the language will be able to run, which in our case, we have Node. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So now we have the JavaScript file. We can create even Python file, but it will just be a source file because we don't have the environment where Python can run on our system. Correct?
Okay.
So now that we
Yes, sir.
have Node, we can create the file, and we have the environment where JavaScript can run outside our browser. Because like how JavaScript was made initially, it was made to run on the browser initially. I think it's in 2014 or so, or 12, if I'm not mistaken, that somebody thought, why can't you just use JavaScript for back-end application to make it faster? That's where Node was introduced. You understand? Then frameworks like Express were made. They are just bunch of modules in one place to help you they've written so many of the code for you. Just use up some part of it to do what you want. That's what it just means. Okay. So now
Yes,
that
sir.
we have our JavaScript file, we want to inside this file now, inside this our file, correct? We can write
Yes, sir.
JavaScript stuff I need to run, but we want to use what this module that we've imported, that we've installed, that is our dependency, which is called Express. We want to be able to use it inside this file. We want to expose it inside this file. That's where we do our Express, the require field. You remember me using require?
Yes, sir.
Correct. That's where the require comes in. So now on the first line of your file, quickly do constant, that's CONST, constant.
Constant.
Yes,
CONST.
CONST. Good. Let me ask, were we taught about variables? Were we taught about variables? Do we know what a variable is? Please quickly before the time elapses. Like even if we get to be able to set up personally, I think it's enough for me for today. So were we taught what a variable is? Just quickly. All this the slide that we were given with JavaScript, did we understand variables and types, data types? Do we understand what that means?
Yes.
Was it the one that talked about strings and true booleans? And yes, sir, we
Yes,
talked about it.
yes. Do we understand what that is?
Yes, sir.
Please, that's Manasseh. What about others? Do we understand the idea behind that? please quickly, so that we know that we just rush this session. At least let's try and set up Express. All of us will be able to set it up at least. I don't like making assumption actually, like because I was a student at some point. I think it was 7 or so years ago. I was a student too. So like there might be time that you want to ask question, but you feel if I ask this question, it might look stupid or something. That's not the case, please. Like I'm open to. I am debunking the fact that I just ask stupid question, please, so that we at least understand something from this session. So do we understand, Mr. Olatayo, sorry? Yeah. Okay, perfectly. So Constant, then we can name it. Back to you, Honor. Honor, are you with us? Honor. Oh, okay. Since it's, I think probably it's network. Okay.
You're currently mute, sir.
Okay. Is my screen up?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, I can't see it.
Okay, Mr. Ono Patrick just joined again.
So it's my network.
All
But
right.
you
No problem. Let's just continue from where Honor stopped, so that others can quickly set up. Is my like? Can you see? Can you see my VS Code now?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So where we stop with Honor, you can just continue like looking at my screen. Then you just continue your and others as well, so that we can quickly just have something up. So now this is the module, the Express, which is located up here, correct? So I want to be able to get everything inside that that's related to Express, so that I'll be able to use. Since it's already done for me, I don't need to do so many of those things to be able to import or to get what related to Express that which I've already installed. This I will use this particular method called required. Okay, then I already know how the name is there, like which is Express. This like this particular part. Can we quickly just have it up, or Honor?
Yes, sir.
Like you've done this part, correct? You can see my screen.
Yes, sir, I'm seeing your screen, sir.
Perfect. So like at this point, I'm importing Express into this file. This file now, everything that Express offers, I will be able to use it inside this index.javascript. That's what this particular first line means. Okay. And I went further to explain what an instance is. So now I want to be able to create a universal instance that I can that helps me to use what Express offers. That's the second line. That's what the second line does. The first line is to import Express to this file. The second part is to have an instance of Express so that I can use inside this file. So this other part is called a middleware between your client, that's the person you are sending your API to, and the server. Like in between, when you are sending a message to this client, middleware, this is not the only middleware, there are so many other middleware. Like their name implies, they stand in the middle. Whenever I'm sending requests, it modifies the request. Whenever I'm receiving the request, it might as well modify the request that I'm sending, or the response that the request that I'm receiving,
and the response that I'm sending. That's what a middleware helps you to do. It stands in the middle. So one of it is to help convert. I mentioned what a class is and what a object is. It's help you to convert an object to a JSON format sent to front end. So this is one of the middleware that helps you to do that. This middleware helps you to convert your object, which this your object, to a JSON format and vice versa. Depending, either you are making a request or sending a response. We are communicating with the front end now, correct? That's the aim of you in the back end. You are sending request response to the back end. You are accepting their request. So first of all, like I said, because of time, maybe on Saturday we'll just we'll see what a database is. But for now, let's just continue on building our endpoint. So before we even continue this session, let me just show you what is achievable. What is achievable? Index.javascript. You see, this command, like I'm telling Node, run this particular file for me. That's just what this command does for me. Node, run this command, run this file for me. Because I've installed Node already, I will be able to use this command. Let's see. Now, like like it's listening, you can see in my code, at the bottom of my code, the moment when this application starts, I should have some form of logs. Let me know that it has started. If not, I will not even know. So let's try and see if this is true. One, let's stop our server. Then let's run our server again. Okay, I didn't save that. Let's save it. Then let's go back and run our server and see if that's the case. Okay. What happened? And I made a mistake, which is what? Console log. Yes. Index of JavaScript. N is not defined. N. Do we have any N, single N there? At any point, did I put a? Oh, okay, okay. You see, programming doesn't. Let's have Ctrl Z. And it's obviously not defined. It doesn't know what that N is there. You can see, like, it's just to tell me that I'm listening on this particular port. Alternatively, if I don't have anything there, like, it will just be up. This cursor will just be blinking up there. I might not even know if the server is up or not. So I had a couple of endpoints there. Internal server error. Let's see. Content type. What port am I running on? I'm running on 5000. Is it 5000? Yes. Let's use localhost. Which obviously should work. Students. It's a get. Internal server error. So error. Student is not defined. Student is not defined. Oh,
Okay, okay. I mistakenly delete our student. Okay. Oh, okay, I mistakenly deleted that. So perfect. Now it works. Okay. So like this is, as I mentioned in my first class, we have the REST endpoint allows some more methods which are get resource, post you are trying to save a resource to the server, put you are trying to update a resource that's already on the server, or delete you are trying to delete something that's already on the server. So in most cases, that delete carries admin privileges. If you are not admin, you should not be able to delete. But that's another part of software backend development called authentication and authorization, which we might not have time to cover. So for now, I have a couple of them. I have get, I have get by ID. Let's say ID is the identifier, like it makes this particular object, which has name Manasseh Isaac, Isa, sorry, and this other one Ebube, correct, and James. It makes them different. It makes them unique. Sorry. So that the identifier, when we come with to the database, we see these identifiers that makes each of our object or record in that case different. So let's try the second one, the second endpoint in this case, which I've mentioned. I will show you the structure shortly, which is trying to get a single student. So at this moment, we have 3 different students with from 1 to 3. Let's try and see this particular endpoint. We can see it's almost the same with this guy, but it just have something called a param, which I will explain very quickly. So let's see if we can get that one. Param of 1. Let's see. Do we have a student? Yes, we have a student with ID of 1. Do we have a student with ID of 2? Let's see. We have a student with ID of 2. We have a student with ID of 5. Let's see if that's the case. No, student with ID of 5 we don't have. So it's on your own part now. It's not just you should be able to send out good error response to the front end, so that you will know what they are doing wrong. You understand? So that's part of you being a backend as well. So let's see if we have creates. We don't have updates at the moment. Okay, let's see if we can add a student up there. If we have our database, you will see that that student will be added to the data. But in this case now, we don't have a database, and this is in memory. It will not be added. We will not see it here, but in memory it will be. So what's the format of this? How it should look? Does it add the it adds that? So let's go quickly. Let's try to create. Let's create a student for the. This how JSON looks. This is the format of JSON. It's just a way that front end and back end. It's just a resource format. So don't take it too literal, like it's something that you need to understand it's math or what. No, like this is just a format of how you can package your response to send to back end or from back end to front end. So what is it we have there? We have, how does the student looks? It has an ID and it has a name. So let's quickly have that and see. Student has name. The system should be able to generate that ID for us. So let's name it Honor, since it's our outstanding student. Am I spelling that correct? Honor. I'm spelling your name correct. Honor Patrick. Okay, Honor. Let's try and send that and see. We've created Patrick, and you see our system created an identifier for us automatically. So when we have a database, this will be saved on the database.
But at the moment you are using in memory, when our system is running, when our system goes off, when we stop our application, then this all the things that we try to save directly from here will be lost. But now we are moving towards seeing the advantage of having a database. Database, whatever we save to it will be permanently persisted until when we want to remove it from there. So at the moment we can see this honor is not saved here, but it's in memory. This is just a file. Like when the JavaScript that is running on under the hood has that honor as inside this particular list that we have here, which is, let's try and see if that is the case. Honor, let's move back to get. Get normally doesn't have a body. Let's see number 4. Do we have honor that is saved? Yeah, you can see honor it returns honor. Let's see number 1. An ID of 1. It returns -a. Let's see ID of 4. It returns honor. So quickly, I just don't like going above the time that's allocated to me for any session. So we just have to make do and try and meet in our next session and clear up all this. So for now, we can see Express gives us these REST methods, which are get, post, delete, and put, correct? And others as well, options. And but for now, that's not the basis of, that's not the scope of our class. So first of all, we download or install Express to our application, which we are building by virtue of us having this node module, and we already understand what module is at this point. Now we are importing the module to this particular file. We are creating an instance of Express. Now we can use this instance to create middlewares, to create endpoints. This is just a simple endpoint. There are more complex endpoints. When you get to download or clone the project, you can see like this how normally your code will look like. But for simplicity and this class, this what will, like, just for test so that you see how it's working. You can quickly just set up, and for every get method, this calling method, or a function, for every get method out of the instance of Express that we've already created, we can have any name here. So like variable allows us to have any name. So we can create any name there, like as a variable name. A variable has the type of the variable or the data type and the name, then the value of whatever you are assigning to the variable. You can see at this point our variable is Express. What we are assigning to is the import. This is what we are assigning to this variable. So at this other point, the variable is called app. What we are assigning is an instance of Express to this. So at this point, we see our variable is student. What we are assigning to that variable is a list of objects of students. That's what we are assigning to this variable. So quickly, maybe there might be confusion of what variable is, but basically that's what a variable is. So at this point, we can Express gives us the method to help us create endpoint that gets resource. At this other point, it helps us to create resource endpoints that allow us to save to the server. And at this point, it allows us to delete what is already on the server. So let's try the delete quickly and see. Let's delete and see. Let's delete number 3. Now it currently is deleted. You see, like delete, it's already deleted, so it's not returning anything. Let's go back to our get to see if that number 3 is there. You see, nothing is available at that point. So delete has successfully deleted that that resource on our server. So going back, let me walk you through the basic structure of one, then you can replicate it, because on Saturday you should be able to give me that your form. Are you with me? Like, are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So on Saturday, before the start of our class, you can see the structure of a class, of a object, correct? Just using this part, using the same code, change it to form. You change it for me now to form, or let's create another new one. You change it to form, to constant form, or like JavaScript allows at least a couple of variable types. But JavaScript is a dynamic static dynamic type language. What it means is that we have different type. Your type might be a number, your type might be a string. That's a string of characters, like characters, grouped characters like this. This is what is called a string. Group of characters that make sense. Obviously, it might not make sense, it doesn't matter, but in our definition now, that should make sense. That's a string. A Boolean is either true or false. So when we are using JavaScript as opposed to other languages, let's say I'm creating a variable called is positive. It can either be true or false. In other languages, we, like at this point, we should tell the variable what it should be. But in JavaScript, it allows you, okay, you might not know the type of the variable at the point of creation, then it allows you to use either var, constant, or let to create your variable. There are differences, like they have differences. Like for instance, constant. Once you've created your variable, you should not be able to modify it. That's what the constant is. Once you've created if you've given it a value, you should not be able to modify that value. That's for the constant. So for var, which is the standard which you might be using across your back end, it allows you to change your variable type. It allows you to change your variable value. So this is the variable type. This, let's say any name, let's say a name, and this after the equal to, it's what you are value you are assigning to the variable. Let's say you are assigning 4. Another one, name 2, you are assigning a string. Godwin, you are assigning a string. Another one, variable name 3, you are assigning a Boolean. It's either Booleans, you have only 2 types of Boolean. You either have true or you have false. You're either assigning any of them. So that is quickly for variables now. So let's quickly set what you'll be doing. Constant form. In your form now, do you have, for your form, let's have a first object, how your form should look. Your form ideally should have an ID, just to identify one form from another. Let's just give it 1. Your form, like, I don't know how the form looks on your portfolio. I think I saw one portfolio, a very nice portfolio by Mr. Ebube, or any other person. Which other person has done his portfolio? He has completed his portfolio, the website. Amanase, have you done that? Mr. Manasseh.
So which of the classes?
That's for the front end. Your instructor told me that he assigned you guys to an assignment to create a portfolio.
Yes, sir, we did.
Okay, on your portfolio, you have a form, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Can you just quickly, on your portfolio now, can you name some of the forms, the values on your form, or the the input
We
of
have
your form. You have
the
what?
name, the
You have
name,
name, okay.
email.
Email, you have email.
Yes, and then the text area. That's
Okay,
for my.
a description of what you want to say. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are strings, correct? ID is a number. The name of a person obviously will be a string. The email will be a string. A description will be a string. So this should be the format of your the structure of your object. So that's the assignment too. So your object will have this structure. I will push this code immediately to the repo. Then you pull and see what to do. I'll put some instruction to the README. Let me see. Like, I don't know if you know what a README is. Let's see. CPG, 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 CPG. Okay, this the company's account, which you will be mandated to just clone. This is a README file. Like, it just gives you like just a quick run through of what probably you want to pass across. I think I used that for my first class, and I think I sent this to you as assignment so that you see. So I will just, if there are any instruction that I think you might need, I'll put it up here, so that you just quickly use as for the assignment. So basically, you'll be creating a form object, a list of objects. Then you'll be creating endpoint to help you save, get, or delete form objects from this list. So that's what you'll be doing. So firstly, let me just walk you through quickly with the get endpoint. This is the instance of Express. Express offers a method called get. Then you put the identifier, whatever identifier you want to put, you give the identifier so that I will use it at this point. Let's change this identifier now. Let's remove the S and see if it will still be the same. It might not exactly, this is just a standard, like a normal standard that for other endpoints that normally follow. You have an API, then you have version. Whenever you want to change this and you don't want to rewrite this code, or so many other applications are dependent on this particular version, then you create another version. Then you just, the same endpoint, you just name it version 2. So that you can have anything there. You are not restricted to it must exactly be like this. So the first thing on the get endpoint that Express offers you, you have something like in a function or a method. Let's say function do something. This is basically how a function should look. A function ordinarily carries this function, carries the function keyword, then it has the name. In this case, now this is the name of the function get, which is inside. Let's try and see where this function is. Let's see Express. You can see how it looks. This in the Express application, like the code of the like you can see a lot of things that you might not understand there. Let's see if we can move to get and see how get looks. You can, okay, it's okay, open. This is the Express app code. You can see a lot of code that ordinarily you have to build yourself. So you don't need to do that. This has been done for you. You can see how the method looks like, the get method. It can be overwhelming, so you don't need to think so much about all this. It has been done for you. So ordinarily in the background, this is how an object in JavaScript looks like. A function in JavaScript looks like. This is the name of the function. So the function ordinarily carries something called a parameter, something like in our last log, you can see we are able to pass some values to the function. So those values are called parameters. So let's go. You can see I'm getting these two variables. Then I'm using the variable to do a calculation, like a sum calculation. So you can see it up here. I'm passing 5 and 3 to that particular function. So in this case, our function carries something, accepts something called a parameter. So you can have any type of parameter. You can have any type of parameter, then you'll be able to use that parameter inside your function to do something. So like what Express offers us, it offers us a method that accepts two parameters. The first parameter is your route, where the address of what, like this address, this endpoint, that's what it, or like, okay, you should be able to give me the address where you want your resource, this resource to be found. That's the route. It takes in the route, then it takes in another function. It takes it a function for you to do something. As I said in our first class, the building block of programming is functions, correct? You being able to do something. So this method allows us, for parameter, as our parameter, we should give it a route where we want this particular resource to be found. Then another function, this function is called an arrow function in JavaScript. There's no time to explain further. So just use it exactly how it is, replicate it. To be able to receive something from the front end, let's go to post. You utilize that parameter of that internal. You can see like this internal function again has request and response. So you should be able to use any of them to be able to achieve what you want. Like for our post now, you can see we're utilizing the request. Whatever is sent at this point, let's go to our post again. You see, like we are sending a request. We are sending a request. We are sending this as our request, right? The request body. I mentioned in our previous class that our request or response should be able to accommodate a header or a body. So in this case now, this is the body of the response or the request, sorry. So once we've received that request in this case, it will come as JSON. But our middleware that I mentioned earlier, it will convert this. You can see that this looks different, in as much as the structure might look similar, but it's actually different. It converts this to an object for us to use inside our application. So when your request is coming, you should be able to access that request by request or whatever you put up here, request dot body. Does our this thing has a name? Yes, it has a name. So if, for instance, description, now we are trying to access description, which is not there, to throw an error. Let's try and access description, request dot body dot description, which we know it's not in the body of our application of our request. This will throw an error. Let's restart and start again. Sorry, I'm eating into your time. I normally am very detailed with timing, but in this case, I'm taking, let's say, 15 or 20 minutes of your time. Sorry about that. Let's try to create. You can see it's throwing an error. It's throwing an error. Okay, no, this is not even a valid one. Let's see. Should throw an error. Okay, it's returning. Ideally, there's no, yeah, we should have, this should throw an error. This is one of the reasons I don't really like JavaScript. Its error handling is something else. Ordinarily, this should throw an error. Let's see if this is available, which in this case is not, which if it's not available, then return an error. Return an error. This returning an error. Let's see, description is not
valid. Let's save this. Let's restart. Is it up? Yeah, it's up. Let's try to save. The description is not valid. So you can see that. That makes sense. Like ordinarily for other languages, for other framework, when you send in something that is not there, to throw an error. For JavaScript, you need to be able to catch it and say if you throw something that is not here, they throw an error, which might be counterproductive. But I think there are other tools that help to mitigate that, which if we have time, I will just show you some of those tools. So basically now, instead of having a student who have a form, then just replicate exactly what is here, but instead of having a student up here, you just change it to form. I think that is easier. It's very easy to do. Then at this other point, you just change it to whatever your route you want. Then you try it on Postman and see if it works. So once you've done that, you just go to, like how I directed Honor, you just go on your, to be able to start your Node Express application. You just do Node. You just quickly just Node. I'm using PowerShell, no problem. A Node dot Node index, the file you call it, you see it just pick up. Just in a way, let's see if you can replicate this exact code, but with a form as opposed to a student. And it's already time. Just replicate it. Then if there's any issue that you might be having, then in our next class we'll trash that out. I'd like to apologize for going into your time. Ordinarily, I believe this session should hold in an hour, which is enough. But because of unforeseen circumstance and because of the limited number of classes we might have, that was not feasible. So that's your assignment. Any other instruction that will be like that you need to be able to achieve this will be sent to you by the README. The README will be updated, and this code that we've done today will be pushed up. Then you just use exactly what is there, then replicate it with your form. Now your form now becomes when you send a form, it's now a resource. When, like in this our case now, you can see we've modeled a form to be a resource. We've modeled a student to be a resource. You can model almost anything to be a resource. You can model a chat to be a resource. You can model a car to be a resource. Anything anything you can think of, you can model it to be a resource. So in this case, we'll be modeling a form to be a resource. Then you just look at my code. You might not understand some things. Just replace what I told you to replace. Then I will explain further in our next class. So the main idea of probably, I hope you understand today, is what a function is and why we might need a function. And of course, I think that should be the key thing of today's class. So if there are any questions, just quickly before it's 10:20. If there are no any, there should be questions. So if you cannot really think of something, I'll just archive it for our next session. And hopefully I get to see your first endpoint in our next session. Any question else, we just concede the session to Mr. Udofort. All right, no questions. Mr. Udofort, I've considered the session to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Godwin. Thank you. Thank you so much. CPG backend students, if people don't have question. Okay, so I believe that everybody are up to speed. All right. So for me to know on my own end that you understand the session very, very well, you will be marking your attendance. As we all know, when you miss 10 attendance, you are out of the race. And so far, so good. I think we are having like 2 students who are going to be eliminated very soon. Okay. And now it's getting more intense because you have to be submitting your assignments and doing it and keeping up. All right. So I'm going to be taking attendance for today's class. Okay. Today is Thursday, the 11th, 18 November. Okay. All right. So basically we are checking last week we were checking the setup for Postman, VS Code, and NPM. And so far so good. We just have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students out of 12. So the remaining 6, I don't know what we are all doing. So, but for today's attendance, I requested that we clone the repo that was sent on the platform. So I want to know if we have cloned the repo, the backend repo. It was pasted on the platform. Did you clone it to your local computer? And that is what I am about to see. So starting with Mr. Daniel Patrick, is he on the call? Mr. Daniel Patrick.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Let me share my screen so that we can all see the attendance sheets as well. Yes. Confirm you can all see my screen now. All right, we don't have much time, so let's run through it. Okay, starting Mr. Daniel Patrick. Have you cloned the repo? Clone the repo.
Yes, I followed the link. I went through it, but the cloning, it's showing me when I try to clone, it's showing me a URL. So I don't know if it's using the URL to clone.
The URL. Okay, so I mean, these are the questions we are supposed to be asking our backend mentor. Okay. The assignment was given to you. You're supposed to ask, how do we clone the repo? I mean, we've been cloning repo from front end. So I felt we know how to clone a repo. He sent a repo which was forwarded to the platform. And it's just, I think it's more like a 2-minute activity. You just put up a folder on your system and run git clone. You just paste that URL and that's all. And it's going to bring down that project from the company's account down to your system. As simple as that. So
Okay, sir.
I'm expecting to see that repo. All right, so
Yes, sir.
Victory Lewis, is he on the call? Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis is not on the call. All right, do we have Salisu Manasseh?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Have you cloned the repo?
Yes, I've done it.
All right, can we see your folder? All right, can we see your folder quickly?
Okay, I'm coming.
All right, while waiting for him, we have Manasseh Hanche.
Present, sir.
Yes, Mr. Manasseh, your repo.
Sorry, sir. I haven't cloned it yet. Electric issue, sir. But I'll try my best to clone it, sir.
All right, TJ Olatayo. Okay, this is from Manasseh Salisu.
Yes, sir. This is a file, the whole file from the GitHub that's you posted on the WhatsApp group. And this is one of the files that I've opened, the
Okay, wait.
index.js.
Cool. Were you able to run this on your local computer?
Nope, not yet, but I will.
All right. You should and see the magic and test it out on your Postman. All right.
Oh,
Most developers fall into backend because it's quite straightforward and easy. Once you run your endpoints, I think that's basically it. I think where the work is on regarding backend, it's server, setting up server related and all. But writing endpoints like this should not really, it's the most sweet part of it. You're sending a request, you're getting a response. As simple as that, you send it to the front end, they'll know what to do with it. All right, so Manasseh Salisu, do we have TJ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Present, sir.
Yes, your repo.
Okay, sir. The story is on my laptop, so I'm using my phone, so I'll just show you.
Okay, while we are booting up Lynn Matthew. Lynn Matthew is not on the call. Right, okay, yeah.
I don't know if you can see it clearly, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is good.
Okay, sir.
All right, this is good.
Okay, sir.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Hey, is Dick is not on the call, right? All right. Precious Tommy. Precious Tommy. Derek. Is Derek on the call? Okay. Mohammed Zahid.
Yes,
All right. Your repo.
yes, I will share the screen.
Okay, you can proceed and share your screen.
You see my screen? Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
yes, I'm getting you.
Okay. Advanced.js, index.js, Math, and Splan.js, right?
Yes. Are you sharing your screen? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Said left the call. All right. Abasifreke, are you there? Is Abasifreke on the call? All right. Zahid, you're back.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you there. All right, can you share again?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's right.
All right.
Okay.
This is cool. All right. Noted. So, mm,
Thank
Zahid. All right. So let me share my screen again so you guys can see your standing. We are approaching the end of this program. So you see where you stand on the team. All right. So basically we have Honor Patrick, have I seen your Figma design?
That design.
Yes.
No, you haven't, sir.
Okay. So you still have one pending. How about your host on Vercel?
Hosting.
On Vercel.
Yes, you haven't seen it too.
Okay. And Manasseh Salisu. Okay. Let me see. Okay, this one's you were just absent. Who again? Manasseh and Chi, I've not seen your Figma UI UX design.
So I sent it to you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It was in the group.
Okay, we'll confirm that. It's okay. Basically, we have three persons that have been out of the program because they've been absent for three. It's not me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So if you know you have not released anything, I think a couple of us still have some. Zahid, I've not seen your Figma design. I've not seen your HTML submission, your GitHub URL, your GitHub URL, your host on Vercel, and yeah, so that's it. So if you need a copy of this sheet, I think I'll just send it to the group so that you can check your fits, know what you're missing, and rectify us if you have been present.
you.
Okay?
Uh, I submit
Yes.
the HTML assignments in this week and next week. I submit
Sorry,
the
are
UX.
you? I'm not hearing you clearly. Are you saying something? Someone is saying something.
I want to say I submit front-end assignments in this week
Okay.
and share the report.
Okay. All right. So you just tag me on the submission. Okay. Just
Right,
tag me on the submission on the platform.
right.
All right. Okay, guys. I'll not keep us waiting. Uh, I'll still send these sheets. You check it out wherever you're missing. You can always update us. All right. Okay. Um, take the course seriously and trust me, you enjoy the benefit at the end of the day. All right. It's not a easy journey, but it all requires commitment, consistency, and resilience. Don't hold back. All right. Keep pushing, and trust me, you will enjoy the benefit of the CPG program. All right. Once again, thank you. We'll meet same time on Saturday. Time is 9 a.m. I know we are stretching your time, but we'll try as much as possible to ensure that it is 1 hour as promised. All right. So thank you so much, guys, and do have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Mm.